How's it going, guys? Nexas here, and welcome back to, of course, the Final Shape DLC, bringing us some juicy ass gear to go over and everything. And I will say, disclaimer in this video, this is going to have post content from, of course, Final Shape itself. So if you haven't finished the campaign and everything, you don't want spoilers, probably don't watch the video. But this video is going to be kind of going and reviewing the KHVOSTOV 7G02, guys, the original freaking weapon we got in Destiny 2. This is legit the very first thing you picked up, and it obviously looks like it because it looks like burnt trash right now. It looks so bad. It just looks like it came out of a bin. But this was the very first weapon we ever got in Destiny as a whole. It was the first white weapon you got. Now it has come back obviously as a legendary again. But the KHVOSTOV 7G02, how you will obtain this, and this is where the spoilers kind of come in, you will have to get these lost encryption bits. You will find them when you go, of course, around the map. There is going to be a bunch of regional chests in each area. So 3 in the landing, 3 in obviously the blooming, and 3 in the impasse. The regional chests are on the map. You can kind of find them easily. And the other freaking 6, you need to get 15 of them. So 9 regional chests. The other 6 are going to be part of these missions. So if you go to Mika 10 and do a bit of our quest line, you will unlock these alone in the dark quests. There is going to be 6 cysts. You can kind of see I've already done them. Each one of these cysts will have an encryption bit. They are kind of found near the end of those sorts of things. They're hidden in these little like rubble parts. There's going to be tons of videos, guys, of exactly where they are. I couldn't make it myself. That is where you get all your encryption bits, regional chests, and of course one from each one of these cysts. But the legendary KHVOSTOV, it's going to have some insanely good perks. It actually is really, really dope. It's 600 RPM, so already a decent archetype of weapon, but it will have armor force, full bore, or of course polygonal rifling. It will have the alloy magazine, it will have steady rounds, and also the extended mag. And then when it comes to traits, it will have the strategist. Final blows with this weapon generates class ability energy. Activating your class ability briefly improves this weapon's stability. Also the pug list one, which is basically the same thing, but it's for punching and obviously melee kills. And last but not least, of course, is the demolitionist trait, which is the exact same as the other two, but this one's grenades. So basically, you can cover any sort of recharge. You got grenades covered, you got melee covered, and you have class ability covered, which is just super, super dope. And then when it comes to the daddy traits, you're going to have, of course, multi-kill clip, which is just great. Obviously, rapid kill, reloading grants increased damage based on the number of rapid kills made beforehand. And then the other perk is going to be attrition orbs, dealing sustained damage, creates an orb of power. So if you actually think of all these perks, you could get some really good synergy going with builds and everything. And of course, because it has this dealer's choice as well, final blows of the weapon grants a small amount of super energy. Equipping multiple weapons from the Pale Heart increases this effect. It means that this is somewhat of a Pale Heart weapon. If you don't know what they are, it's of course all these like someday bold endings and stuff like that. But the KHVOSTOV 7G02, we are going to showcase what this is like in both some PvP and PvE. This freaking legendary version. I'm so excited to have it back, guys. The OG freaking weapon of Destiny. It's just pure nostalgia. So without further ado, let's go into PvP with the KHVOSTOV 7G02. Alrighty, so we are going to be on Wormhaven with our little KHVOSTOV the good and everything. This is what it's going to look like, much like the white version, but on your ADS, there's no cracked screen anymore. So if you ever used the white version in D2, it basically had a bunch of like cracks in the reticle and all that sort of jazz, mainly because obviously it is a white weapon. Oh, there's the kill. Get this multi-kill kick going. Of course you're here with a freaking graviton. Oh my god. Well, because it was a white weapon, it used to have, of course, a big ass crack in the screen, but now it's of course got just a normal ass logo. So you can definitely kind of get this going, and oh buddy, you're 1 HP. Man, the amount of bullets to the extended mag is freaking crazy. 50 of the freaking mag is so nice. Well, you can see, as far as it goes, it's a 600 RPM, so it's already kind of in the, I'd say meta sort of archetype anyway for an auto rifle, but with, of course, all the ability regenning and everything, it's actually a really dope-ass auto, and what the hell did I just get shredded by? But this will basically kind of go with any sort of build you're looking at. So if you're going to spam out like Hunter Dodgers or something like that, it's going to be really nice, of course, with the strategist. If you're going to go spamming out melees, it's cool. Pug list. And obviously, and that's heavy. But pug list is going to be great for the melee builds. And then, of course, demolitionist is going to be really nice for, of course, grenade launch or grenade builds and everything. You can kind of see it does shred pretty damn freaking well. I think the 200 RPM or the 600 RPM honestly makes this just really, really nice. They could have made it, of course. They could have changed it around a bit because the original or the exotic KHVOSTOV from back in the day had like those multiple sort of things. So it would have been interesting if they made like a version for each one. But I will still say that this weapon, it still is really nice. And the multi-kill clip is just, it's so nice for the extra freaking damage. Now, buddies are all 1 HP. Ah, die. Oh, I shoot the ground thing. There we go. Oh, these are probably all so annoyed. Oh my god, the shreddage. Oh, it's so freaking nice. As I said, because it's 600 RPM, it's going to go in really, really well anyway because it's just a meta archetype. But oh man, it is so freaking juicy. Go get these kills though. And I will say with the multi-kill clip, it actually does shred out pretty damn freaking well. Oh my god, we're just absolutely deleting people now. I'm so dead though. Alright, we need to get a kill streak kind of going though. We were shredding for a little bit, but then we kind of fell away and everything. But this gun deserves the freaking time, boys, because this is legit one of the OG freaking weapons in the game. It deserves to be in of its best, and that guy's ready to shoulder charge me, I think. I feel like that's what he's going for. Oh, no. Take the freaking melee. No, he's 1 HP. Oh, the flame thing did make me 1 HP as well. I would have just run after him. But as I said, I think that this weapon, I honestly think it is really nice. Shut down the super. What the hell is going on? Man, the solar freaking super. Any heritage in my ass. Well, I do think that this auto, I think it's a really dope ass auto. I mean, it's got pretty much everything going for it, because as I said, it's in a meta sort of archetype. The only thing I will say is that it doesn't exactly have a ton of range compared to I'd say other sort of autos. And oh my god, the Ignis at the back. What? I'm just getting absolutely deleted now. But yeah, the range is the one thing on this weapon where I'd say it's not that it sucks super bad, but it's not going to be as probably far range as other sort of autos you can get your hands on. But I still do think it's a really nice auto, especially when you get that kill clip kind of going. I mean, you can see it can delete as well. And I should probably be using the Demolitionist one. I don't know if I really need my melees that much. Demolitionist just be nicer for my healing nades and everything. And that's the beauty of it. You can just quick switch. Depending on your builds and whatnot, you can just keep on switching between the different sort of perks on it. Because, as I said, if you really want to go in, of course, with grenades, it's going to be really nice with Demolitionist. You want to go in, of course, with melee, it's going to be great with the, of course, melee one. And as I said, I think it could just absolutely delete people, especially when you get this kill clip going. We should be able to absolutely just annihilate this guy. We didn't just run away. Where you going? Bro, what the? He just full on ran away from me. Alrighty, time for the PvE side of things, of course, with the little KHVOSTOV good. And this is, I'd say, where it might actually be a little bit better in terms of how it works and everything. But I just think, honestly, with the amount of ability gains you get with this, it's going to be really, really tough. Like you can see with Demolitionist, Bug List, or any of those sort of perks, you can basically start charging up your weapon or your abilities so freaking quickly. Now, I've got the Bug List one on now because obviously with a Prismatic Warlock, I can just slide into those DMs and get the Lightning Surge going. So that's kind of what I'm going for now. So in a build like this, you can really... Oh, that wasn't a good idea. Of course, it's exploding shanks and I'm trying to showcase it. Oh my god. But yeah, of course, with Pug List and everything, you'll see I'm getting my melee energy back so freaking consistently with kills. And in target-rich environments and everything, especially autos doing pretty well in PvE anyway, it's just so easy to get your XP or your freaking ability gains. The fact that you can just use basically this in any sort of build is just honestly really, really dope now. Oh, did you stun him? Nice job, buddy. We'll get his ass now. But the fact that this will basically go well with any sort of build is insanely big. Like I said, I can definitely go for this sort of build where I just get melees constantly, get Radiant going, Prismatic as well. If I wanted to as well, I could switch off, as I said, go for the Strategist one if I want to constantly use my, I don't know, Rift in like a, I don't know, Vesper Radius build. Of course, there is other ways of using it too. There's just so much kind of going for this build. And is that an Anarchy RC? Huh? Someone's actually using Anarchy. Obviously as well, there is other things you can use too, like the Attrition Orbs as well if you want to. So if I was really trying to get, of course, a bunch of orbs going for an orb build and then also abilities as well, it will go really well there too. So as I said, this is like the ultimate sort of battery build. I mean, there's Traveler's Chosen, which is obviously a really nice weapon, but this is a legendary that can discharge pretty much any sort of ability. So yeah, you can kind of see as well that I do have the turrets on too because I have Bleak Watches on, and if I start getting kills, I can get my nade back because I just threw on the Demolitionist as well. There's so much reasons I would definitely be suggesting people try to get this weapon. Not even just, of course, you'll probably need it to get yourself the exotic version, but the fact that you can just get so much benefits from using it is just, it's honestly kind of insane. I mean, just a couple of kills and you basically get your nade back. So this is like the perfect sort of, I'd say, ability sort of spam build you can kind of go in with. I mean, as a legendary weapon doing this much XP gains, it's legit just like a legendary freaking Traveler's Chosen. I know it's an auto rifle, but that's how it just kind of feels. It feels like this, like an alternative to Traveler's Chosen just for ability gains. Like you see, I've already got my nade back, so we can do this. Go Bleak Watchers again. You can definitely see. Look at that. Someone else using it too. We just stun and freaking shock everything. Oh, this gun is just, that is really, really nutty. I mean, I was expecting this more to be a PvE weapon when I seen the multi-kill clip, but the fact that you can kind of spam it out in PvE like this is just, it's so freaking good. I mean, oh, look at it go. Get this skill clip going. And then we start to shred with my Bleak Watchers too, just freezing everything. It's so nice that we do this. Oh my god, it goes so well with Prismatic. It's insane. But that's the thing, it's just you're able to quick swap so freaking easily with it, and that's what makes this like really, really, really sweet. And of course, Attrition Orb too. I mean, I might as well throw it on just to kind of showcase Attrition Orbs as well, but it just means that there's so much going for it. And the Origin trait too gives you super energy on kills, which, I mean, you just basically recharge everything. You can recharge pretty much every single freaking ability with this gun. It's actually insane. The one thing people might say could have made this better is legit if they just made a Stranded Stasis. I mean, like, they couldn't really change it from the OG because obviously you can't do it. Like, the OG is one thing, okay? You can't change that around. You'll see I am generating more with the attrition, but you can't change the OG around or anything, guys. You gotta kind of leave it as is. So that's why it's still gonna be a kinetic. But for the most part, this weapon is just, it's so good PvE. And I mean, it wasn't bad PvP at all. It can definitely shred in certain scenarios, 600 RPM. But PvE is where this thing truly shines, I'm telling you. PvE is where you're gonna need to get your hands on this because it is just so freaking dope. Well, that is it for me on the KHVOSTOV 7G02. As I said, it's an absolute nostalgia trip going in with this. It will be upgraded to the exotic version once that quest line sort of drops and everything. So this isn't even its final form. The exotic version might be different. I gotta say as well, usually when we get sort of legendary weapons before they become exotics, they're usually somewhat decent, but never anything like insanely good. Like Rose before obviously got new perks and everything was okay. And the Polaris Lance one was like the Braid Tech MK. That was okay as well as the Scout Rifle goes, but the KHVOSTOV is just so synergistic in builds. I mean, you can throw any of these perks on and make builds work with the dealer's choice too. It's honestly pretty nutty how much this goes in PvE. I'm telling you, PvE, this thing's an absolute freaking dream. And PvP, it wasn't no slouch. I will say 600 RPMs aren't exactly the meta right now. Hand cannons are obviously dominating still, and pulse rifles are just safer and they shred a little bit quicker. But if you hit your shots with the KHVOSTOV and then of course get the kill clip going, you will delete people with this weapon. So I think this weapon overall as a legendary, one of the best sort of pre-exotic legendaries you can get, and definitely a really solid choice for PvE. I would 100% be telling people to try this out because if you got a good build, it's 100% going to be worth trying out with. Legit, you can get a grenade energy, you get freaking what's it called, melee energy, you get class ability energy, and then you get super energy. On top of generating orbs if you wanted to. I just think this KHVOSTOV, absolute goat in PvE right now, and it's fitting because, as I said, it's been here since the start of D1. Being here since the start of D2, it is so nice that we have it again in freaking the end of D2 as well. So 100% guys, I would be grinding for the KHVOSTOV. It is a long grind. I would be doing it anyway just to be prepared for, of course, the exotic version. But overall, KHVOSTOV 7G02, absolute banger as a legendary version. And of course, it's enhanceable too. But regardless, if you liked the video, show us a like. And you want to see more content, subscribe. Fantastic day. And hopefully I'll see the next collective in the next one.